Noah Wyle's own son called him and said America is furious at him. Fans think Dr. Robby is going to kill himself. And the man playing him just revealed something about this season that changes how we see everything. Let's talk about this right now. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Breakdown Epic. The Pitt Season 2 is HBO's #1 most watched show right now. And Noah Wyle just gave an interview that is making the entire fan base stop and think very differently about what Dr. Robby is actually going through this season. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. Let's get into this. Let's start with something that almost never happens in television. A lead actor's own child calling him up to say that an entire country is angry at the character he is playing. Noah Wyle revealed in a recent interview that his son literally phoned him and said, "Dad, America is really mad at you. You have got to stop yelling at Mohan." And honestly, America is right to be mad. Think about what we have watched Dr. Robby do this season. He dismissed Dr. Mohan's genuine panic attack like it was an inconvenience. He talked over Dr. Javadi like her words meant absolutely nothing. He weaponized Al-Hashimi's medical secret against her after she trusted him completely. He said the most disturbing thing we have ever heard a doctor say about a patient's suicide attempt.
This is not the steady, reassuring Dr. Robby that fans fell in love with in Season 1. This version of Robby is volatile, unpredictable, and genuinely frightening to watch. But here is what I think is the most important thing to understand about the fan backlash. People are not just angry at Robby, they are also terrified for him. Because Noah Wyle also revealed that his son told him, "Dad, everybody is really worried about you. They think you are going to kill yourself." That one sentence tells you everything about how brilliantly this character arc has been written. Fans are simultaneously furious at him and desperately worried about him at the same time. And that emotional contradiction is what great television does. Angry at him, but worried for him at the same time. Now, let me give you a perspective on Dr. Robby's motorcycle trip that I do not think enough people are talking about. Everyone keeps calling it a sabbatical, a well-deserved break, 3 months on the road to recharge. But think about who is actually taking this trip. This is a man who has absolutely zero emotional connections outside the walls of that hospital. No family waiting at home, no close friends outside the ER, no hobbies, no community, no life beyond those sliding glass doors. When most people go on vacation, they are running towards something, a beach, a family reunion, an adventure they have been planning for months. But Dr.
Robby is running away from something. He is running away from his own mind, from the silence, from the terrifying question of who he actually is when he is not saving lives. The motorcycle is not freedom. It is a vehicle for avoidance, and this is exactly what makes his situation so genuinely heartbreaking. The emergency room is simultaneously the thing that is destroying him and the only thing keeping him alive. Take away the chaos and the purpose and the noise, and what is left? That is the question Dr. Robby is absolutely terrified to answer. And that is why every single person around him is so worried about what happens when he finally rides out of those doors alone. The trip is not a vacation. It is an escape. Here is something I want to dig into that goes beyond what any interview has actually addressed. Because the real question is not just what changed in Dr. Robby this season, it is why. Think about what this man has absorbed over the course of these 2 seasons. He watched Roxy die. He watched Louis die. He is watching Juke face a 50% chance of dying. He has spent 15 hours every single working day standing on the front line of human suffering, making life and death decisions, carrying the weight of every patient who did not make it home. And here is the brutal psychological reality of that. Doctors and medical professionals are trained to suppress emotion, to compartmentalize, to build walls so thick that the grief and the trauma cannot get through during a shift. But those walls have a breaking point. And what we are watching in Season 2 is Dr. Robby's walls finally collapsing after years of holding everything in. The volatility, the lack of empathy, the explosive outbursts. These are not signs of a bad person. These are the symptoms of someone whose psychological defenses have completely failed.
He spent so long telling his staff to leave their problems at the door that he built an impossible standard for himself. And now that standard is crushing him from the inside out. Noah Wyle is not just acting this season. He is delivering a masterclass in what genuine burnout actually looks like. Not dramatic, not loud, just hollow, empty, and desperately frightening. Now let's talk about what all of this means for the future, because Season 3 has been confirmed with filming starting in June. But here is what nobody is saying out loud. Dr. Robby's return to the hospital is not guaranteed to fix anything. Think about the damage this season has done to his relationships. Al-Hashimi now knows he cannot be trusted with her vulnerabilities. Mohan left partly because of how he treated her. Javadi has been dismissed and talked over repeatedly. Even Dana, who cares about him more than anyone, is running out of patience. If Robby walks back into that ER after his sabbatical, he is not walking into a fresh start. He is walking into the consequences of every single thing he did this season. And here is my honest prediction. I think Season 3 is going to open with Robby having genuinely gotten some form of help during his time away. Not completely fixed, not suddenly a different person, but slightly cracked open, slightly more willing to be human. Because the alternative is a man who rode his motorcycle across the country completely alone with nothing but his own thoughts for 3 months and came back even more broken than when he left. The Pitt has always been brave enough to show the dark side of medical work.
The burnout, the trauma, the impossible emotional weight. And I think Season 3 is going to be the payoff for everything this painful second season has been building toward. Dr. Robby needs help. America knows it. His colleagues know it. And most importantly, Noah Wyle knows it too. Season 3 will be the payoff for all of this. So, to wrap everything up, America is furious at Dr. Robby, but simultaneously terrified for him. The motorcycle trip is not a vacation, it is a psychological escape. His walls finally collapsed after years of absorbing impossible trauma. Season 3 filming starts in June, but his return changes nothing without genuine help. And Noah Wyle is delivering one of the best performances on television right now. The Pitt Season 2 finale airs April 16th on HBO Max, and I genuinely do not know if I am ready for it. What do you think happens to Dr. Robby? Does he come back in Season 3 a changed man, or does the sabbatical make everything worse? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Smash that like button, subscribe to Breakdown Epic, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single Pitt breakdown. I will see you after the finale drops.